Okay, you guys can see this, right? Okay. So just as a review, stories, like short stories and other stories, have beginning, middle, and end. The beginning tells you who it's about. It's just like a little introduction, and it's also like where the story takes place. The middle tells things that happen in the story, so most of the events or actions of the story are going to happen here. And the ending is when the problem is solved and how it's solved. Okay, so let's read this together and then answer the questions. Introduction to Hotel for Dogs. Hotel for Dogs is a funny book written by Lois Duncan. It doesn't start out funny though. Bruce and Andy's family has just moved to a new town. Bruce is in 6th grade and Andy is in 4th. They're staying at their aunt's house until their parents find a new house. Bruce and Andy aren't very happy about this because their dog BB can't stay at Aunt Alice's house with them. Aunt Alice is allergic to dogs. On the first day at Aunt Alice's house, their aunt introduces Bruce and Andy to Jerry, who lives next door. Jerry is Bruce's age, and he has a dog named Red Rover. Later that day, Bruce and Andy see Jerry and Red Rover again in Jerry's front yard. Jerry is pushing Red Rover to make him pull a wagon. Bruce runs over to Jerry and tells him that Red Rover will not like him if he keeps treating him that way. But Jerry tells Bruce to mind his own business. Jerry shoves Andy out of the way and starts to leave. He calls Red Rover to come with him, but Red Rover just moves closer to Bruce. Bruce and Andy miss BB, and when Andy walks home from school each day, she pretends that BB is walking along behind her. One rainy morning, Andy sees a cute little white dog sitting on Aunt Alice's porch to keep dry. She picks up the little dog and pets it. She wishes she could keep it. When she comes home from school that day and goes to her closet, there on the floor is the little white dog and 3 tiny puppies. Andy doesn't know what to do. She knows the dog can't stay in Aunt Alice's house. She's afraid if she tells Bruce, he will tell their parents, and then the dog and their puppies will have to go. Finally, Andy decides to tell Bruce, and he helps her keep the secret. They find a house nearby with no one living in it and take the little dog and its puppies there. They make a nice bed for the dogs, and every day they take them food and play with them. They are also careful to keep the house clean. Then Red Rover runs away from Jerry and shows up at the house where Bruce and Andy are keeping the little white dog and her puppies. They let Red Rover stay there too. The house is becoming a regular dog hotel. But before long, more dogs are added, and Bruce and Andy let 2 friends in on a secret. The addition of these 2 friends is a big help, but things just keep getting crazier and crazier. Find out more about that, you'll have to read Hotel for Dogs. Okay, so if you remember last week, we did these story elements on the Gladiator's Son. So the first few questions are based on story elements. For everyone who's just joining, I can hold on. I can show you this real quick and you guys can just read it on your own. So I'll give you guys like 5 minutes to do that and let me know when you're done so we could move on. Okay, are you guys good or do you need more time to read? Okay. So we're just gonna do 3 problems and then we're gonna move on to we're gonna move on to learning how to summarize. So the first few problems are about story elements. So characters, who's this story mostly about?
Bruce and Andy.
So yeah, letter C. Okay, next, where are the characters when the story begins?
At Aunt Alice's house.
Good. So if you remember, they were at Aunt Alice's house, and that's why they couldn't keep dogs because she's allergic. And what problem do the main characters have?
B.
Good. So the main thing the story's about is them trying to have a dog hotel at a separate place because Aunt Alice is allergic to dogs. So that's the main problem. Okay, let's move on. So just to review on what we did last week, we did the gladiator's son. So let me pull that up. We're gonna have like a separate another short story to read. I know there's a lot, but we have to practice how to do summaries. So we're gonna read that and then I'll let you guys pick if you want to do the worksheet based on the gladiator's son or based on the new one. And for a quick reminder, I can pull up the gladiator's son just so you guys know which one you guys like better. But let me show you like worksheets we did because that'll be a good like summary. So the gladiator's son, basically Marco, who is the gladiator's son, and the main character, he's a gladiator, and his father wanted him to have a better life and go to school, and his father was a gladiator. He escaped the Colosseum, which is where the gladiator fights were happening. And sorry, let me check the chat. Okay, so we're gonna learn that. So summary. Someone's said in the chat, what does summarizing mean? We're gonna learn that. So it's basically just putting the main events in the story together so that you're not repeating the whole entire story. So up here, this isn't the whole book, the Hotel for Dogs. This is just a summary of Hotel for Dogs. So it's just putting the main events together so the reader knows what basically happens, but not every single little detail. So we'll go over that. But anyways, next, he escaped the Colosseum, which is where the fights were happening. He met a girl named Kara who helps Marco find an old woman and the old woman gives him a place to stay and got him into a school. And then in the end, Marco went to school and became an orator who's a speaker and was able to influence the emperor to make decisions to make the gladiator fights end. And the problem obviously was Marco was a gladiator and he wanted to escape that life and go to school. And then the solution is that he met an old woman who helped him achieve that goal. And then again, for the plot map, just as a reminder, for the exposition, the main characters were Marco, who was the gladiator's son, and the main character, Marco's father, who was a gladiator, Kara, the girl who helped him find the old woman, and the old woman helps Marco get a house, get a place to stay, and then go to school, and the setting is ancient Rome. So the rising action, Marco escapes the Colosseum, he met Kara, and then Kara helped him meet the old woman. The climax, which is the big turning point of the story, Marco meets the old woman gives him a place to stay, and then following action, the old woman helps Marco get into a school, and Marco is now educated and is an orator for the resolution, and he's convinced the emperor to close down the gladiator fights. Yeah, and the main problem was Marco was a gladiator and he wanted to go to school, but he had to escape that life. Okay, so does anyone feel like they still need to read the story or like they don't really remember what happened, or was that good enough? Okay, great. So I just did this. Okay. Now we're gonna read this one, and you guys can pick from this one and the gladiator one which one you like better, and then we could do our worksheet based on that. So, do you guys want to read this together or on your own?
Own.
Okay, great. So just let me know when you want to scroll.
Done. Done.
Let me know if anyone wants me to scroll back up because I don't know if everyone's done.
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 Done. Done.
Done. Next.
Done. Done.
Okay, that's the end. So
Oh.
let me know if you're not done right now. Okay. So which one did you guys like better, this one or the gladiator one?
This one.
This one.
Done.
Okay, sorry, what? Okay, so all the votes I've gone is for this one, so we're gonna do this one. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna learn how to summarize. Let me pull something up. Hold on. Okay, so summarizing is basically putting together information from a story or a text so you can explain it in your own words. So explain what happened in the story in your own words, but you're only going to pull out the most important information or the main events to include in your summary. So yeah, the summary is not everything that happened, it's just the most important things, and you're just telling the story in your own words. Okay. So to get us started, to make this a little easier, we're going to, oh, I don't like this font, sorry. We're going to fill out this chart. So basically what's in a summary is, again, like what happened. So who was there, the main characters, what happened, where did it happen, when did it happen, and why did it happen. So these are the main elements of a summary usually. Okay. So let's fill this out together, and then if you guys are up to it, we could do the summary separate or whatever. Okay, so who was in this story?
Toad. Tom.
Yeah, so Todd.
Dad. Singing plant.
Yeah, so if you want to include the singing plants, you can. But I don't know if they might not count. It depends. They might not count as characters since they're not animals or people, but if they're alive and they're singing, we can count them. So what happened in the story? What was the main event that happened? We can bullet them. So what were the main events that happened?
The plants were singing.
Yeah, the plants were singing.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's put like a step-by-step of what happened, of the main things that happened.
Plants sang.
Sorry, can you say that again?
The plants sang.
Okay. Let's start like from the beginning though. So like how did Todd find out that they were singing?
They were swaying.
Okay, so Todd woke up and then heard singing. He wants to investigate. Okay, he finds his plants singing and swaying, like you guys said. And then what happens after he finds his plants singing?
The plants stop and he sits down to wait for them to sing again.
So who does he call over once he finds out that they're singing? Like who did he tell about the plants?
His dad.
Yeah. Good. So Todd shows his father the singing plants. And then what's his dad's reaction to that?
That he's dreaming.
Sorry, what? Can you say that again?
That he's dreaming.
Oh yeah. His father doesn't believe him. But then what happens?
He waters them.
The plants sing.
Happily.
So his father believes him now, right?
And searches up the web.
Yeah. He searched up 20 websites.
So in a summary, that's not really important. Like if you're gonna tell someone else the story, it's not important for them to know how many websites he searched for them to know the general plot line of the story. So I wouldn't include that, but that is an important detail. So he's talking about them. And they search their Okay. So where did this happen?
Todd's house.
When did it happen? Since
In the morning.
In the morning.
in the morning.
Morning.
Probably in the present, right? Because
Present tense.
yeah, and also like it doesn't seem too futuristic or old. Like most of the technology and things he described were similar to how they would be present day. So why were the plants singing?
There were special plants.
Yeah, and it's okay to say like they don't know the care. So you could say like they were special plants. The plants were special, and the characters did not figure out why they were able.
And they were thirsty.
Yeah.
They sang to get their attention.
Okay. So now we're gonna do the summary, which is probably the hardest part. So basically in the summary, you want to be able to mention all these points that we put in this chart. Especially the events. But if you just put the events there, the reader's gonna be like, okay, well, who's Todd? And like, where are they? What, like, they're gonna have all these questions. So you want to be able to introduce them first. So that's why we put the characters, when did it happen, where did it happen, and why. So first we want to introduce, first we want to give the time. So we can say one morning, morning. And then we could say Todd woke up and heard singing. and since we said it happened at Todd's house, we can say one morning at Todd's house he woke up and heard singing. So what happens next that we can put in our summary?
He goes downstairs to find where the sound is coming from.
Good. So then Todd goes downstairs to find out where the sound is coming from. What happens next?
He finds his plants swaying in the wind. I mean, just singing.
When somebody waters it.
Swaying in the wind.
And somebody waters it.
So next,
He calls his dad.
he shows his father, but his father does not believe him.
And then he grabs a cup of water and waters them.
Yeah. They water the plants and they start singing. His father searches up why they are singing. And this is where we're going to include here. So why did it happen? But nothing came up, so they don't know why, right? Nothing came up, so they do not know why.
Father,
but we should mention that the plants are special, and at the end they say Todd and his dad made sure to take very good care of their singing plants and enjoy their songs for many years. So we can say his father searches up why they're singing, but nothing comes up, so they do not know why. They continue to take good care of their special plants. Okay. So you see how I basically put the main events of what happened in this whole long story with multiple paragraphs in one paragraph, but it still makes sense and it still tells you what happened in the story. So that's what we want to do in a summary. So we're gonna practice this in a second. Okay, so if you guys remember, we read this story a while ago, but I'm just gonna have you guys read it, and then I will post a copy of this document, and then you guys can I'll post an assignment of this document, and you guys can fill this out on your own and ask me if you have any questions. But yeah, I could post a link to this story in the chat so you guys can read it on your own. But I'll post the worksheet in a second.
Oh my God.
should we read it on our own?
Yeah, so read it on your own and then do the worksheet on your own. And let me know if you have any questions, obviously. But yeah. Okay, it should be posted now if you check Google Classroom. If you guys should be able to finish this in class, but if you don't finish, you guys can just do it for homework and we'll go over it next class. If not everyone finishes, but if everyone finishes, we'll just go over it this class. So let me make a due date.
Done. Done.
Okay, so fill out the worksheet in Google Classroom once you're done. Oh, the worksheet still has stuff on it. Let me change it.
Finished.
Okay, so once you're done, do the worksheet on Google Classroom. You guys can just delete all the stuff from what I showed you.
But why?
Because it's a different story.
So, okay, got it.
Ava, how did you get the Zoom information if you don't have Google Classroom?
From Gmail.
Okay, so are you on a computer right now?
Yes.
So from the email, was it an email notification of something I posted on Google Classroom?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so can you go on Chrome on your computer and then go to Google Classroom over here? Should be somewhere down here. And then can you go to, okay, let me know when you're here.
Doing. Mm,
So when you're over here,
Oh.
just click the 9 dots. Over here.
Okay, cool. Okay. How can we get
Wait, so are you on Safari right now? Like what browser are you using?
what does that mean?
Like, what does your screen look like right now? Okay, click the link in the chat for me, and then let me know when you get here. Did you click it?
I'm there now.
Okay, so go, keep yourself unmuted because I'm gonna ask you a lot of questions. So click up here. Do you have this bar over here
Um,
on the top? Do you have it or do you not?
I have it.
Okay, so delete what's in there, right?
The-
And then type Google.
Done.
Ava, did you type Google? Let me know when you're done with each step.
Yep, I typed Google.
Okay, and then hit enter. And then click the first link. Are you here? Yes or no?
Mine does not look like that.
So did you click the first link that came up when you search Google?
Yep.
So what does yours look like?
Okay, there.
Okay, so go to the search bar again, the top. And then type google.com. Does it work now? Also, when you're done with the assignment, just turn it in and then I'll see it.
What I'll call.
Are you here, Ava?
Oh. Okay, wrote it down.
No, I mean, Ava, are you at this page right now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so do you see these 9 dots over here that I'm hovering over?
Yeah.
So click on it and then scroll down. And then click on this icon that says classroom.
Okay, let's see, where is it? Click.
It should be like somewhere down here, the classroom.
Yes, it is.
Okay, click on it. And then you won't have this green box over here, but click the plus sign
Sign.
and then click join a class. And then copy
Okay.
this code into the thing. I'll send it to you right now.
DSFW.
And then click join.
Let's see. Join.
Are you in the classroom now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you should see that I posted a new assignment at the top.
Yep, I see it.
So just click on that and then start working on it.
Okay, easy.
You're welcome.
Wait, how do you start this worksheet?
So, were you paying attention when we did? Hold on, let me pull it up.
Did what?
Were you paying attention when we did this?
Yes, I saw it.
So when you click the link in the chat, you have this story, right? So read the story and then do the worksheet. So like who was there, who was in the story, what happened in the story. And you can just delete
Wait, so
everything.
it's just down below.
What?
Like, how do you find that part thing?
How do I find this assignment?
Well, I'm in the summary practice worksheet, and then how do you even find that place? Are we just supposed to go to the copy place?
What? So where are you? Say that again.
At the summary practice worksheet.
Yeah, so on the side it should show an assignment. You click on the assignment on the left side, on the right side, sorry.
The copy one?
Yes.
Mm. Okay, also the in anyone?
If you still need help, I can help you, but just let me know. Ava, I know it shows the finished singing plant one, but I told everyone just delete what's in there already and just delete it and then start writing your own because that was a mistake. Just delete everything that I wrote because it's obviously not the right story. Okay, before everyone leaves, I would just like to ask whether or not you're able to make it next week. If you check Google Classroom, I said next week we won't be able to do 6:30 to 7:30 EST on Tuesday. So what time would it work for you guys? Because I originally said 4 to 5 p.m. EST, but I know some of you guys are in a different time zone and you're still in school at that time. So let me know if a different day of the week works or maybe like a different time that day if possible. You could type in the chat or just say out loud right now and unmute yourself.